and support women who has just started work and are in the entry level positions. The example is the leading banking sector already appointed all the women in the top management, if you observe it, because she's the best administrator in every corner of the life. So we have to thank the banking sector people for identifying women as the strongest worker and gender. And coming to this current situation, until 2016 in Saudi Arabia, none of the women was not supposed to vote their human right, their right to vote, or even drive the car alone, or not even go alone without any driver. So this has been changed in the years, coming years. In even the future years, this kind of situation is going to change. Even in India till today, a girl of 9 years going to be in the rural areas, she's going to get married, and then she's not allowed to go to school, even though governments are inviting them to study. This has to be stopped. We have to join hands and we have to give awareness in that kind of rural areas to bring this girl child to the education level. Still, lot many changes we can hear in the near future. So, coming to the conclusion, finally, I would like to say that this modern world talks about progression and recreating the environment where all the people are treated equally. But why does it stops when it comes to women? Why does it happen that women are expected to balance between their career and home, while men are supposed to be the breadwinners of the family? While there are men who have come forward to support women in all the NGOs, why the word feminism branded with so much of hatred and contempt? It's the time to shatter toxic masculinity and make people understand that feminism's goal is to reduce gender gaps and achieve political, economic, personal, and social gender equality. Women have been trying to break away from the norms and standards set by society. They have been marching for equal rights and fighting for their rightful place in the world. Thank you so much for this great opportunity, and thanks for all the listeners too. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Kalyani ma'am. You are a true educationist, and a very nice example you have given that we are compared to goddess, especially when it comes to motherhood. And I always say that we still want equality. We have that superiority in us, but still we just want equality. So that's a great thing. We need to understand. Everyone needs to understand. So with this note, let me call a wonderful personality with full enthusiasm, Miss Soumya Gururaj, ma'am, bio world practitioner. Yes, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am. Can you unmute yourself, Soumya, ma'am? Yes.
Are you audible?
Yes, absolutely, ma'am.
Yeah. I'm Soumya Gururaj. I'm not a speaker, but I'm a healer. Happy Women's Day to all, always. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. Ma'am. That's okay.
I'm Soumya Gururaj.
Go a little bit far. Yeah.
Vaidya, healer, and I'm from Mysore. I'm not a speaker, but I can talk frequently. So, happy Women's Day to all. Almost all the persons covered my points. Today,
Madam, still you need to adjust. We are seeing only your eyes.
No, ma'am. It's okay, ma'am. It comes a little bit. Yeah. No, ma'am. It's not visible. Yeah. Okay, ma'am. All right.
Okay. First and foremost, I thank to Life Foundation and C8 TV. Today's topic: women's management in workplace. Women's are everywhere, so it's not only one place. We are in family, we are in workplace. Only two things we have to adopt in our lifestyle: NT and TP. NT is no tension at any time, and think positive always. If we are in tension, we can't replace anyone pin also. If we are in pause and think positive always. So if we are in positive way, we can climb anywhere, we can rock anywhere. So always working women's or any women's follow this NT and TP. So almost all the problems solved in your workplace or in your family also. because we are backbone of our family. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Very nicely you have explained. Now let me call our dynamic personality with full of grace and positivity, Professor Rosaline Khan, ma'am, author, TEDx speaker, and TV show host. We are so fortunate to have you, ma'am. Over to you, respected ma'am.
Oh my gosh, it's truly an honor to be with you all today. I want to thank Dr. Vijay Caroline for making this possible, and it's truly an honor to be with all these legendary people today. I'd like to go ahead and begin by simply taking out just 1 minute to think of our people in Ukraine, because when one person is injured in the world, it is as if all of our sorrows are with them. If we could please just take out a moment and reflection for the people in that land. Thank you so much. Next, I'd like to go ahead and share a poem I wrote for a lady who should be on this platform, but I know she's looking down on heaven at us right now. Her name is Dr. Sharon Shroud, and she was a world legendary hero. And here is the poem that I wrote yesterday morning for her and made a pledge. It said, she was an inspiration to the world. She was a beacon of hope for many. She was revered around the world. She never forgot a face. She called me by my name on our last encounter, and I will treasure that forever. Her spirit is sending a kaleidoscope of rays throughout the world. And when I wrote this poem, I made a promise to myself that for each platform I spoke on the Woman International, that I would read this poem because I know she's looking over us with praise. And so with that, I will now begin my speech. I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning. I put a PowerPoint together, but technology is my best friend. And so it went bye-bye. So you get to hear me. So when I was in college, one of my favorite studies was I love women's studies. And one of the things that was hammered into my head back by Beth Snyder at UC Santa Barbara back in the 1980s is women only earn 75 cents for every man in the world. Well, you know, there's good news. We've made some progress today, but with that progress, there's a few thorns. So I'm going to give a brief talk about the past, the present, and what the future holds for women. And so when I looked at my research, one of the things I found is according to the Pew Research Foundation, they found in the United States over the last 15 years, our wages have remained fairly stable around 84% of what men earn. But according to them, they said that for every 42 days of work, women earn what men did in 1920. They'd have to work an extra 42 hours. But there's good news. There's good news. Because in this recent arena that we're going ahead and looking, the gap has closed in 2020. And this is good news. You got to write this one down. This is important. The gap was smaller for workers aged 25 to 34 than for all workers 16 and older. That women aged 25 to 34 now earn 93 cents for every dollar a man earns. Congratulations. Let's give ourselves a round of applause. And if you're younger, the margins are even better. But with these, this is from the Pew Research Foundation. And with this, there were some great things that we can celebrate in our pandemic that women have gone ahead and made strides forward. They're no longer tied to one location. I can, for example, be here in the United States and teach a class around the world. And it doesn't matter that I'm here because computers have gone ahead and opened up that road. We've also changed from a face-to-face evaluation by looking at what people complete in a period of time, which has changed how people are evaluated in the workplace. Thirdly, women are no longer restricted to a particular place that they have to work at. They don't have to move their family, their house, and their home. They can all do it from one place. But there's some problems. With every rose, there is a thorn. And so too, when we look at women in the workplace, women have lost their jobs 1.8 times higher than the men in the world. In 2020, there'll be 13 million fewer women at work. And even worse than that, men's employment began to pick up in the year 2019. Tell me what's wrong with that one. I'd really like to know. But as we look forward to the future, there are hopes. It's not all dim. Research found that 68.5% of the 3,200 women surveyed said they'd actually rather be back in the workplace the way it was before the pandemic. And so we look at the seesaw of the good news and the bad news. But there's also good news from a webpage that I looked at that's called Upswing Jobs. And they found that 40% of the number of career opportunities were given to women in the last year. And here's what we need to do to help women in the future. There are some things that all of us can do, that all of us can look to move forward with. And number one, we must create hybrid work opportunities where women can thrive, where they can have their house, their home, their family, and they can have a balanced life. We also need to find ways that we can increase the world of technology. So yes, I got a new 2011 computer. Somewhere on it, it has a PowerPoint presentation. But when I went on to the PowerPoint presentation, I went to save it and share it with a friend. It's gone. So, here's example. But I love the 2011 computer because I can talk to it and it makes life so much easier. So with that technology, there's pluses and there's minuses, but we must work to find ways that we can leverage technology through activism and the right tools to get people to become entrepreneurs so they're not stuck to that 9-to-5 job. In addition to that, we really need to work for that work-life balance. Yes, I might have got up at 4 o'clock in the morning to make preparations for this, but I began by drinking my water. I began by doing my yoga meditation. And I began by taking out some time for me. And in our world today, those are some of the most important things we need to do, is take time to honor ourselves, to do what we need to do for our own. And so when we look at what's happening with employers in the future world, we must find a balance that workers not only work from their home, but they can be compensated for their off time. I teach in the community colleges, and I'm happy to say here in California, they gave me a stipend for the time and the hours that I spent at home working at home, because in the old days, I used to stand up in a classroom and teach. I now stand up in a classroom and teach, but I spend several hours uploading the information on the computer. There's one place that I drive, it's half the day to get to that location just so I can get health insurance. And although we save time on traveling and spending time with our loved ones, we must create increased opportunities to get women in entrepreneurial paths, to get flexible working hours. And other challenges that COVID has brought to us is we all have more work. I can say for myself, I remember in the old days where I used to actually spend time cooking. And as my husband says to me, when's the last time you've made something in the kitchen? Because it seems like I'm always spending that time working. And thank goodness I don't have children, or I don't know where I'd have time for them. But those who do have children, they have to take care of their children at the same time they're doing their tax returns or talking to clients in the audit in the office, or breastfeeding at the same time that they're going ahead and doing it. That's a lot to burden. We've also seen the increase in home responsibilities. It began with a mad dash to clean and straighten everything. And I'd hate to say where I am now, just going ahead and getting by. And here's the saddest part of all. Many women have left the job world because of burnout. They said it was too much to go ahead and deal with. And here's our plans for the future. Just a few more ideas here. We need to create hybrid working models. We need to create a holistic development to focus on growth, learning talent, mobility, and mentoring people, just like Dr. Madame Borsi. We need to increase the idea of flexibility, that in the workplace, there are many things that many people can do and contribute together, and offer these stipends that are not just right now, but offer stipends that offer medical insurance, health insurance. And there's one other ray of hope, And that was when we look at the opportunities of the number of women who've decreased in the opportunity and their participation from 37 to 27% pre-COVID. Yet on the Shark Tank, 49% of the people out there were women, and their ideas were rocking the boat to make life better for all of us. So let me conclude with this. Today, I've told you what my life was back in the 1980s. I've told you where we are here today, and I've told you some visions of hope for the future. And my pledge to all of you here today is I want to offer you a gift from my heart. I'm an author of a book. It's called Random Acts of Kindness Are Changing the World. And if you go to my webpage, which is just my name, RosalindKahn.com, anybody who watches this anywhere around the world can receive a free copy of that book, because I want to make women's life better. And if we can all reduce our stress, that's what we can do. Dr. Caroline, Dr. Raja Rao, Dr. Prince Pagadapalli, and all the women on this platform, it is my deepest gratitude that I've been given this opportunity to share what has happened with women in the workplace. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
What an incredible insights, ma'am, with the powerful thoughts. I really don't want you to stop listening to the way you speak, and I'll surely go through that website. So it's literally means no words like to express the way you speak, the way you express, speechless. So thank you so much. We are literally fortunate to have you. Now, I would like to call an enthusiastic, generous, influential personality with refreshing perspective, Honorable Professor Dr. Vijay Caroline, ma'am, Chairman of the Life Foundation, Managing Director of C8Tv.net, for the vote of thanks, women justice, women at the workplace from the Life Foundation. Over to you, respected ma'am. Kindly enlighten us.
Yeah, thank you very much, dear. You have done your work. It's a commendable and appreciable. It's a great honor that you are with us and taking the program in an extraordinary way and giving a lot of brightness, a jubilant environment. Thank you very much for being here, dear. Thank you. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, all my dear eminent speakers, dignitaries, and enthusiastic influencer speakers, authors, educators, counselors. We have women from every field. Thank you very much for being here. I'm Dr. Vijay Caroline, Chairman of the Life Foundation. We have successfully completed 5 days, and today we have completed the 6th day program in an extraordinary way. Every day it is taking up different shape. One with a lot of discussion, the other going like a river, other is like a sea. So different shapes is taking, and waterfalls. So various, the water has taken up in different shapes. In that way, our program is going on. Today, our program is Women in Workplace. Workplace. We always take workplace means where we are working. So the working place we consider, and there is discrimination. There is discrimination regarding the gender, discrimination regarding the color, discrimination regarding the religion, discrimination regarding caste, discrimination, various discrimination, as we said, that even transgenders are facing problem. But I consider we take up as a woman from domestic to organization. So in domestic area, even in the house, we are facing the discrimination. So there is a lot of disparity at home. So we need to address those issues, because especially during pandemic, women faced a lot of disparity and also discrimination regarding their work, their attitude, everything. The husbands found fault with the wife, and many women made a call to me that they are suffering a lot at home. So this has to be addressed. So the discrimination or oppression at home, the domestic place, it has to be addressed. So we counsel the women to be bold, brave, at our level, be supported. So we educated and we are in the modern world. We are in the 21st century. We are using high technology, and we know how to lead life peacefully, happily, joyfully. But it is only one side of the coin. If you look at the other side of the coin, many women are oppressed. They are suffering a lot at every area. So we know the wages variation. Women are paid less compared to men when they work hard. You know that women work hard more than men, but still they never considered women work as great work and equal to man. So there is various aspects. If you observe, there is a lot of discrimination. This has to be addressed. So all the eminent speakers who spoke, they have given us good insight, views. Today I don't want to talk much because many speakers, they're waiting for long. They're spending that valuable time here. Really, I appreciate all the eminent speakers who gathered here. My only request is just let not let not concentrate only on the webinars and take up in that way that, yeah, let us end up this program. Done. We have done successfully. Not this. We have to take up everything into practicality. So practical implementation is very, very important. So we have to look at the women who are suffering, in which area they're suffering. We have to concentrate and try our best level to find some solution or help the woman or girl child to come out from the problem. So this we need to do. So these webinars, of course, it is a great platform supporting women to help other women and girl child. And when we discuss, when many minds join together, we know through brainstorming, we get good ideas, innovative ideas. For that, this platform. So this webinar should help the women to be empowered more and support the women who are depressed, oppressed. So let us take the views, the solutions, opinions, and consider all these things and look at how best we can implement our ideas, our views, our insights, our opinion, how we are going to support women and girl children who are oppressed or suppressed in working place, right? Domestic to organization. So we know the laborers are also suffering. So we have to look at the illiterate women labor. So every area, so I don't want to discuss all these things. Everyone discussed well. Every point is valuable. Every insight is valuable. So we would like to be together, only not on webinar platform. Let us unite together and work for the women, our gender, to be enlightened and have a beautiful and bright life with having all the benefits, whatever the policies, laws provided by the government. We had to bring awareness. We have to make them understand, educate them, and see that they will be benefited. So this is my motto of conducting these webinars on C8Tv.net on this platform. And I have this organization only to help the poor, underprivileged, deprived women and girl children. So through Life Foundation, I am doing that. I'm supporting many women and girl children to have a bright life. So thank you very much. I would like to appreciate Aarti Dua Kapoor ma'am and for your insights and knowledge. And I appreciate Dr. Shama Hussain. I know Shama Hussain always, she give us a jubilant message. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate Miss Sweta. Ma'am, thank you very much for being here. I always appreciate Sonesh Bharadwaj. Ma'am, thank you very much for your wonderful insight. Your inspirational message and speech is very valuable. I thank you. I would like to thank Professor Rosalind Khan. Ma'am, thank you very much, ma'am, for being here. You're a great inspirational woman and you inspire everyone. Thank you very much for the wonderful views, and also you have given us all the insight. And let us think, ma'am, about the solution, how we can support the oppressed and depressed women at their level. So what problem they have, so we need to concentrate. As you do have the social media, let us use the social media to support the poor and underprivileged women and girl children. Thank you very much, ma'am, for being here. I would like to thank Dr. Gunjan Shukla, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you. Thanks a lot for being here and making this program a grand success. I would like to appreciate Dr. Kalyani Rao. Your speech is amazing and wonderful. Thank you very much. You're taken up every point. Even I was shocked. Yes, women in menstruation cycle, they will be depressed. They have some psychological disorder. Psychological issues will be there. There will be mood swings also. And the woman in menstruation, she has strained the chain and she was fired. So this is very horrible. And even in engineering colleges also, most of the colleges, they would like to hire only the male, because even in the late evenings, they can work. But women will always think about the family after 5. So we have work. My children are waiting and my family is waiting. So they want the male to work overtime and not to demand for salary. But women, if they stay back, they tell 110 excuses. So they feel that they may not concentrate on the work after 5. So they like to recruit only male employees so that they can extract more work. Only few engineering colleges giving opportunity to work in their organization, the female gender, because they feel that they are hardworking, sincere, and decision makers and intellectuals. So I appreciate those engineering college, and I always appreciate my engineering college, because 80% strength is female, only 20% male. So during meeting, we find male people sitting at one corner, and all the auditorium is filled with the female. So every inspection team appreciate our management that you are giving good importance to female. So really, I appreciate that. We always see all the women, powerful women, dynamic women gathered there. So such organizations are very less. A lot of gender discrimination is there. Thank you very much. Alka Mahajan, ma'am. Your sizzling and dynamic message is great. Thank you very much for your insight. I appreciate Miss Soumya Gururaj, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for being here. Thank you very much for your insight, opinion, and views, and the message you carried is excellent. I appreciate Miss Anita Raju, ma'am. Thank you very much for being here, ma'am. Once again, I've seen you. It's a great time to see you. Thank you. I would like to appreciate Dr. Seema Negi, ma'am. Always she is vibrant and jubilant. She has carried very good information, and she has given us good insight. I appreciate the most dear and the beautiful Madhavi Boards, ma'am. Thank you very much for staying back, though you are in a hurry. Thank you, and making this program a grand success. I appreciate all the women, empowered women, dynamic women to be here and make our program making our program a grand success. And let us join together and work for the oppressed and depressed women and girl children. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. You are a real true inspiration, and we are just learning from you all. So great dignitaries, you all are the personality of distinct vision and a fountainhead of illuminating ideas, an idol of knowledge and experience and inspiration to all of us. Accept my endless gratitude. Feeling extremely gratified, I truly appreciate the remarkable opportunity and appreciation to Dr. Rajarao Pagripalli sir, Caroline ma'am, and God bless you, Prince. And I would like to express my profound gratitude to our dignitaries, our team, and attendees. Thanks million everyone for joining us today for the super enriching, inspiring session. A great evening ahead. Keep empowering, keep encouraging, and do remember, self-awareness is probably the most important thing towards being a champion.